Okie dokie. New setup today. Tried something different. So I've got my GoPro up here. It's logged in as a webcam over on my laptop now, so I can actually try and do streaming at some point. Got the max angle lens on it, so it gives me the widest vision possible. And we will see what we can do from here. So I'm going to be taking apart a bunch of keyboards. I've got a couple printers to disassemble, a few laptop or PC fans. I'm just trying to clean up in general, so we'll see how this goes. And I may put on some royalty-free music here in a minute. I purchased this Makita radio Bluetooth speaker, and I mentioned it in another video, but I'm not sure if that video is going to stay live or not, because the music I play in it is not royalty free, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. I'm going to have to screw these up. I do not have the local artist community that I'm sure Shark does in the Asheville, North Carolina area, which has a lot of artistic people in that area. But I'm going to reach out and see if I can find anybody in the local area that might be interested in these keyboards once I have removed the mylars and a little bit of electronics that are in them. I hate to see them go to waste, but we will see what we can find out with them. And I do not put all the screws back in. Once I take them apart, I just slap them back together like that and set them aside. That was actually kind of nice. Yep, that's good. Oh, that punch, but I got to fill in those screws under there. Yep. Might be battery cover. There it is. Back. Get this battery out of here. Okay, now let's see if we'll come for it. But yeah, I'm running the GoPro without a battery. Try and keep it cooler. Whenever you run your cameras, if you can run them without a battery inside off external power, it will keep it cooler than when you're running with the battery. This one's got a nice little piece of steel in here as well. Also, GoPros especially, but pretty much all cameras, if they've got an internal battery, the battery, if it gets hot repeatedly, it will start to swell. And some people think it's dangerous. I don't necessarily think it's dangerous, but it does make it very hard to remove the battery from the camera. as these sides swell out. So the more that I can not have it in the camera, the better. But I do have it right here just in case. Big ergonomic one. Screws on this one are not very magnetic either. Some of them are grabbing, but not all of them. That's all of them. This one we got to flip over. Remove a couple other screws. My plastic bin is running over. And I got a week before I can empty it. Got all those screws out. Over here out. All those out. There's one more that's stuck here. Nothing in the middle there. Got the rest of that. And as others have mentioned, these tracings in these Mylars are silver, and if you use chemicals, usually nitric acid, you soak it in nitric acid, it dissolves the silver, and then you recover the silver from the nitric acid. But you need a lot of them to make it worth it. And the laptop I have here is actually one that I picked up from the junk removal service that I work with. They gave me, I had it in a short, a load in my truck that included a bunch of laptops, and you can see some of the laptops in it, in the short. And I went through the laptops. I actually found, I think, 3 or 4 laptops that were still operational and working. This one was actually completely reset. And it's got an Intel i5 chip in it and running Windows 10. So it's not a terribly old computer. I was like, I can use that down in my shop. I can use it to do videos and join the scrapping panel that I'm on every week now, for the most part. And so I've been working on getting it set up, and had 4 megabytes of RAM in it, which made it a little on the slow side. Well, I take apart so many laptops and computers that I just went over into my box that I've got all the RAM sticks in and found another 4 megabyte RAM chip. And sure enough, now I've got 8 megabytes of RAM in it. I did have to order another Wi-Fi card for it because it has one, but it only does Wi-Fi. It doesn't do Bluetooth, and I want it to be able to Bluetooth to this, to the Makita over here. So I'm upgrading that, which is costing me all of, I think, $7 to get the right one. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to have $7 in this laptop. Oh, I did have to buy a new battery, which cost me $12. So I've got $20 in this laptop. And it's doing pretty well. I used it this past week for the panel, which turned out pretty good. Now I'm using it to record this, and it's got the GoPro running on it as a webcam, so it's working fine. The only thing I'm seeing right now is that my microphone level keeps peaking out. So I'm going to have to watch that and see what it sounds like once I get this one done. But it's another example of, not everything that we bring in should be scrapped out. I pulled the parts from that 486 computer. I threw them up on eBay. That brought in $150. My next door neighbor's computer had an MSI motherboard and processor in it, or a motherboard. Some nice memory, and I knew it worked. So, I threw that up on eBay. That gave me another $40, I think it was, 30 or $40. Some of the processor chips that I pulled out of these, i7 chips and i5 chips, I'll throw those up on eBay. They're $25 a piece. I don't throw any of the really cheap ones. Oh no, a second. had to take that call real quick. I forget what I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, there's more. We've said it many times that the scrap value is the lowest value that you will get for anything. So if you've got another option of parting something out, or parting something out, selling it as a refurbished item, or selling it as a used item. A couple of the things I've picked up have been items that I've been able to just throw up on eBay or throw up on Marketplace and try to get them back out into the world. And there was one there, and I'm betting there's one up over here as well. Oh, that one there. Don't see anything else. So, do that. Yes, it's a little bit more of a chore, because then you've got to list things and deal with packing them and shipping them and all that kind of stuff. But I looked at it, and I know Shark and Mike will. They send them to board sort, which is an option that means that you don't have to deal with all the rigmarole. You send it to them, they test it, and if it's good, they give you a little bit of money, and if it's not good, they give you the scrap value for it. That's all fine and good. I just, one of the i7 chips, I got $80 for board sort. It's going to give me $30, I think, if it were tested good. I listed it on there. If it's good, I've got $80. If it's not, I'll have them send it back to me, and I'll send it to scrap. Good deal. But just keep your options open and try to find the best solution that you can. It's not always about finding the most money. Sometimes I've said that I'd rather send something back out into use than scrap it, even if the scrap value is worth more than I can get outside the even if the scrap value is more than what I can get for it elsewhere. I'm not saying that I'm the only I'm not saying that that's something that everybody is interested in doing, but for me, I'd rather use. Okay, looks like we got all shoes. Now this laptop, for example, this is an HP Pavilion laptop. And I'm not saying it's the fanciest machine in the world. It's not. But it's usable. And if I didn't use it for myself like I am, I'd probably throw it up on Marketplace or something and sell it for $25, $30 and or maybe more than that, who knows. But get a little bit of extra money out of it instead of scrapping it out, since it works well. thought this was the same as the last one, but it apparently is not. There's one. There's not there. I bet there is one. This one. And again, there's not. Shocked. Weird. Last one had 5 screws on it. This one appears to only have 3 screws. Great. I'm thinking the problem is if I throw some royalty-free music on here, I won't be able to speed up the video without messing the music up. At least they make these now where the keys don't fall out on them all the time. Got somebody's PIN number on this one. Wonder what that was for. Here, 61800. Whoever that is up there, change your PIN number. This one's uneasy. Okay. Royalty free music. I did not notice there was no screw there. I may have to see if I can. Well, it's a laptop, so I don't know if I'll be able to upgrade the processor in this. I'll take a look when I have it open to redo the Bluetooth card. Nice thing about scrapping is we always seem to have spare parts for computers now. Nice chip on this board. This one has these things on here. It'll take a few minutes to remove them, but sometimes that's the way they come, instead of having those pads. Not to knock over my stack of printers over here that I got precariously balanced. Bad part of these is 98% plastic. You build up a stack very quickly. We'll have to do something with those in a few minutes. They're gonna crash if I don't. Too hot in there. You don't often hide the keyboard screws under labels, but sometimes. This is a nicer one. See what I mean outside here. Say this is a nicer one because in addition to the Mylars, you've got a nice sheet of aluminum here, it feels like. aluminum or steel? This is steel. Steel. Thought it was aluminum for a second. This one looks like it's got some age to it. Old compact. I did not do a video on it, but one of the pickups I did here locally, I cleaned out a guy's attic, and he, I don't know, he had probably about a half dozen computers. One of them was an old compact, probably one that this keyboard was with. And it was from the late 90s, a compact 2200, I think it was, Presario. And it's another one that I listed up on eBay, and it was still functioning. It boots up and was running fine. So I cleaned it up, threw it up on eBay, and got $100 for it instead of just scrap value. It was running Windows 98. That gives you an idea of the age. My goal right now is very simple. Process everything I can and get as much steel and plastic out of here. Right now, steel is the only thing I'm selling, and the plastics go to the recycle. When I get some time, maybe this winter, I'll work at rebuilding my plastic shredder, and I'll see if I can't start using some of the plastics instead of sending it to recycle, which I know sending plastics to recycle is kind of a misnomer. At best, 10% of the cycle of the plastic that goes to the recycle center actually gets recycled. A fair portion of it gets burned, turned into put through pyrolysis so that it can become energy again. I'm not sure how this one pulls apart. This is a watch battery. snap together. The screws under the plastic, under the cover here. This one looks like it's got a little something extra in it for us. A little solar to do. I'm guessing I would not like my office because I'm usually in the dark. Lots of little screws in this one. I think this is where I'll be calling it a night tonight. Not a little screws. Missed that little black one. So she's got a steel back panel on it as well. It's glued onto the plastic. she's got a aluminum back plate on it. That will definitely be aluminum, just like your laptop keyboards. As mentioned, it's got these two solar panels on it, one of which I damaged. This one appears it's going to be difficult. Yeah, this one's going to be messy. I've got to remove all the keys. Yeah, this has got the silver mylar is there. It's just sandwiched, and it looks like everything is glued together. It's not glued. I'm going to have to glue all these keys to get everything off. These are the ones I don't like. Messy, messy, messy. Keys are flying. Yeah, this will definitely be the last one I do tonight. It'll take 5 minutes to clean up my area here. Well, I'll show you what I meant by a little something extra on this. Tiny little bit of gold flashing on that. Not a lot, but enough to notice. That's plastic. That's plastic. Now this has all of our mylars hiding under it. Top piece of plastic. And the mylars themselves are adhered to the there's our mylars. There's our aluminum. This is plastic. There. Okay, let's clean up. count how many computers I've gone through. There's our Mylars. There's a fair number there already. I've got more. Picking up keys for the next month. This came off one of those, that ergonomic keyboard. It had some kind of a rolling ball or something on it. And so we wound up with the silver wound up with the silver. I'm forgetting what the hell I'm calling those now. One nice big chip on that one board. There's one in here with the gold on it. This one, I believe. Yep, this one's got the gold flashing on it. Most of the others are pretty ho-hum. maybe a little chip on them, a little flat pack. Looks like a gold band oscillator on it. Some of them just have crystals, some of them have the gold bands. That one looks a little older. It's got some capacitors on it, a couple tactile switches on that, some LEDs. But nothing major, but a little bit of something. And this, I believe, just gets processed similar to, or I'll process it similar to the LCD panels. There may be silver in these because they're solar cells, but I'm not sure. So we shall see. This one I was able to keep the wires on, and I didn't damage it, so I may keep it and see if I can do anything with it. Nothing major, but it is what it is. Okay, have a good one, guys.